Hello friends, today I am going to talk about record to report team. I have received many requests from many of you to understand about record to report team. So what I'm going to cover in this video is I'll be talking about the responsibilities, skills and competencies required for a record to report team. And if you are new to this channel, I would request you to subscribe to the channel. So let's start. Let's understand what are the responsibilities of the R2R team. So before we talk about R2R team, I just want to give you the complete department structure of an accounting team, which is majorly followed in every company. So there are three important teams under accounting. One is P2P. Those are the payable team and they take care of invoice processing of the vendors and making payment to the vendors. In few companies, even the P2P team take care of the employee payments as well. Coming to the second one, it is O2C, order to cash, and they take care of the customer accounting. So all invoice processing of the customers, payments received from the customers are accounted by the O2C team. And the third one is one of the important part of the accounting team, that is R2R, record to report. By the word record to report, you can understand that these people are mostly responsible to prepare reports for the organization, right? Anyway, let's understand what are the key responsibilities of the R2R team. So our team, the first responsibility, or I would say the key responsibility is prepare financial statement. Okay. So what is financial statement? Profit and loss account, balance sheet, cash flow, notes to accounts, right? So these are prepared by the R2R team. And why this financial statement is very important? Because this will talk about the profitability of the business. This will also talk about the asset and liability status on a given date, right? So R2R team has a key role in preparing this financial statement. Second one, journal entries and accounting. So our team is responsible to post journal entries. Okay, they'll not post any vendor payments, they'll not post any vendor invoice or customer invoice. So they are only responsible to post JVs, journal vouchers, right? So that could be your month end activities. Anyway, in details, I'll talk in our subsequent slides, but here I'm talking about the overall responsibility. We'll go through each point in detail. The third one is account reconciliation and process improvement. So they are responsible to reconcile the accounts. They are responsible to keep the hygiene of the accounts. That means there is no mistakes or there are no errors or there is nothing which is reported wrongly. So they have to ensure that the accounts are properly clean and there is no mistakes reported. Next one is financial data management. I'll talk more about this in upcoming slide. Compliance and risk management. So they also ensure that the compliance, whether it is Companies Act or it is accounting standard, and risk management. If they see that there is something fraudulent or there is something alarming, then they have to raise their point and talk to the management team or talk to the respective stakeholders. And the last is again very important. As you are preparing the financial statement, you have to go through the audit, and our team is responsible to ensure that the audit is completed on time, all data is given properly to the auditors. More I'll explain in upcoming slides. So let's start with the first responsibility, that is prepare financial statement. So when I talk about prepare financial statement, what actually it means? So it includes balance sheet, income statement, cash flow statements, and other financial report. If the company is multinational company, then every month financial statement has to be prepared as per IFRS or group accounting rules, right? Now, is it only preparing the financial statement is good enough? The answer is no. Then what you need to do? Review financial statement. Ensure accuracy, completeness, and compliance with accounting standards. Check variance analysis to ensure that there is no wrong reporting, right? So you have to ensure that every number what you are reporting are accurate, have sufficient backup to prove that the number is reported is correct, right? Coming to the next responsibility, journal entries on accounting. So the first one is record journal entries. So accurately record financial transactions, adjustments, corrections, because R2R team ensures that if there is any error, then they have to rectify it by posting the journal entries, right? Or something has been missed out, omitted, then they have to ensure that those entries are posted on time before you lock the system, right? Or before you prepare the balance sheet. Review and approve journal entries. Okay. Ensure accuracy, completeness, compliance with accounting standard and regulatory requirement. Right. So here you have to ensure that whatever entries you are posting is accurate. Sometimes you are also responsible to approve the journal entries posted by other team. right? So in that case, whenever they're requesting for an entry, review that entry and see that the journal entry is correct or not. And then once you approve, the accountant has to post in the system. Maintain accounting records. Ensure accurate and up-to-date accounting records, including general ledger, account, and subsidiary ledgers. So you have to ensure that nothing is misleading or nothing is showing a number which is not correct, right? For example, you have trade receivable, it is showing a negative figure. That is not correct, right? So you have to deep dive and see that why there is an error and why the trade receivable is showing a negative balance. So similarly, your mind should work in that way that whenever there is an accounting error, whenever there is something which is alarming, then you have to get into it and see that whether the numbers are correct or not. Next responsibility is account reconciliation and process improvement. I would say that this is one of the most important responsibility of the R2R team, because if your accounts are clean, then nobody can question on your financial statement. If your accounts are wrong, even though you have prepared a good financial statement with good notes to accounts, but still the numbers are not reliable, right? So this area is very important. The R2R team has a lot of responsibilities to clean up any issues in the accounts. So let's review what are the responsibilities. The first one is perform account reconciliation. So reconcile general ledger accounts to external statements such as bank statements, vendor, intercompany statements. Okay, so sometime I have seen that R2R team also take care of the bank reconciliation statement. That means bank statement versus the bank ledger in the books. And if there is anything missing, then that has to be accounted in the books. Second one is investigate and resolve discrepancies. Once you do the reconciliation, and you find that certain items has not been accounted, certain items has been accounted wrongly, then what is your role? The role is that you have to get into that and see that how that can be rectified, right? Or if you are not able to investigate properly, then see that what backup document can be asked from different departments to validate the entries posted, right? So investigate and resolve discrepancies. Whenever you feel some doubt is there, just investigate, identify and resolve discrepancies between general ledger account and external statements. Third, balance sheet reconciliation. All ledgers to be reconciled and any issues identified like aging, wrong accounting has to be addressed on time. Last one, identify process improvement. Identify opportunities to improve financial processes, including accounting, financial reporting, and financial data management. Monitor and evaluate process improvement to ensure they are effective and sustainable. So every process has to be reviewed and checked whether it is working efficiently or not, or it is creating problem in accounting, right? Because sometimes the accountant may not have sufficient data to validate certain numbers, and blindly they'll be accounting it. So you look into those process and see that whether sufficient data is reaching to the accountant or not, and see that what process improvement you can do so that the right data with right backup is accounted. Coming to the next responsibility, financial data management. So maintain financial data, ensure accurate and up-to-date financial data, including accounts payable, receivable, and general ledger accounts. For example, if certain vendor account is not used for a long time, you can just block it. Similarly, any ledger, if it is not required, you can block it. Cost centers, profit centers. So you have to ensure that anything which has to be cleaned up has to be cleaned up on time. Okay, so maintaining financial data is very important, and sometimes it helps to protect the company from fraud as well, right? If you don't block certain things, then people may use and misuse the ledger or misuse the vendor. Second one is ensure data integrity and security. Just now I explained about the frauds. So ensure the accuracy, completeness, and security of financial data. It is the data is very sensitive, and it should be within few people, right? It should not be spread to many people understanding the numbers or coming to know about the company's confidential matters. So R2R should ensure that data is not going out beyond the limited people. Next responsibility, compliance and risk management. So under this, ensure compliance with accounting standard. I talked about this in the previous slides. So you have to ensure that the compliance is as per the accounting standard. So you can understand that our team should know more about the accounting standard, and they should guide the accountants wherever they post entry which is not as per the accounting standard, right? Or they have to train the people also to understand how the accounting standard has to be applied while accounting it. Second, ensure compliance with regulatory requirement. It's not only accounting standard, right? If there is a local law requirement which will impact the accounting entry, right? Then those things also has to be taken care by the R2R team. Identify and mitigate financial risk. If you find some areas where risk is there, then you have to see that how the process can be improved, right? So if you see this point, identify and mitigate financial risks such as fraud, errors, and non-compliance. So it is the role of the R2R team to see that such non-compliance are mitigated on time. Coming to the last one, audit and assurance. This is also one of the very important role because R2R team KPI generally talks about that you should get a clean report from the auditor, right? So you have to ensure that you get a clean report, and for that you should be transparent, your numbers should be accurate, and you give all the backups for the numbers you are reporting in the financial statement. So the first point here, what I would like to talk is support external auditors, right? So support external audits, including providing financial data, documentation, and explanation. Second point is provide assurance on financial data. Okay, so there should be transparent way of data transfer between the auditors and the R2R team. So provide assurance on the accuracy, completeness, and compliance of the financial data. And the last one is respond to audit findings. So whatever queries the auditors are having, you have to spend time with them to understand their queries and then give all valid answers so that they can close the points on time. Now we have understood the responsibilities of R2R team. Now let's discuss what are the skills required to be part of a R2R team, right? So here are the skills. The first one is technical skills. I'll talk more about this in the upcoming slides. So I'm just talking about the major points now. Financial and accounting skills, soft skills, data analysis and interpretation skills, process improvement skills, and the last is certification and education. So when it comes relating to skills, I always say that there is nothing that you should only have these 6 skills, right? You can have multiple skills, but what I'm talking here is the minimum requirement so that you are fit to the R2R team. The first skill is technical skills, and that is more relating to your accounting software. So if you don't know how to operate the accounting software, then you can't prepare the financial statement. You can't prepare the journal vouchers, right? You can't do the analysis of the accounts, right? So it is very, very important that you should have knowledge about the accounting software. Now the challenge is that when you are applying job for a company, you don't know what system they have, right? It could be SAP, it could be Oracle, it could be Tally. So it is always good to understand what system they have. And I'll tell you, based on my experience, it takes hardly 1 month time to get into all the T codes, or you can say understanding how the reports are pulled out. So it's not that if you're not aware of any particular software, so you should not join that company. Okay. But you have to be very clear in your mind that yes, once I join the company, I should learn the accounting software. Keep a target so that you learn faster. Right. Next one is spreadsheet analysis. Not only accounting software, you should be good in spreadsheet analysis. And I generally say that the basic requirement of Excel should be there. You need not be very strong in advanced formulas. If you are, then it is really good. But if not, then it's okay. But you should be familiar with basics like VLOOKUP, or you can say general pivot tables and all that, so that your analysis can be better. Third, data management tool. Familiarity with data management tools such as data warehouse or BI tools. Nowadays, all automation are happening, right? Like you have system like Ultrix, which is the advanced level of Excel. So try to learn these new skills or new tools so that it will help you to perform better in the R2R team. Coming to the second skill, it is financial and accounting skills. So financial reporting, knowledge of financial reporting requirement, including local GAAP, IFRS, or other accounting standard. This is the basic need of our team because you are the people who are responsible for preparing the financial statement. Next is accounting principles. Only understanding accounting standard is not enough. You should understand the accounting principles which the company is following, right? Company to company, the accounting principle may be different. Like for example, inventory valuation, the company may follow FIFO, right? Or asset valuation, the company may follow revaluation method or fair value method instead of cost method. So you should know the accounting principle followed by the company. Okay. So strong understanding of accounting principles, including financial statement preparation, journal entries, and account reconciliation is required. Third one, financial analysis. Ability to perform financial analysis, including ratio analysis, trend analysis, and financial modeling. This will help you to understand more about the variance, more about the number movements, so that if there is something, alert, then you can look into those numbers. So financial analysis is also one of the key skill which the R2R team members should have. The next one is soft skill. It's not about the R2R, even P2P or O2C. They also require this because end of the day, you have to talk to multiple people, and your soft skill will help you to perform your responsibilities in the right way or on the right time. So first thing is communication, effective communication skill, including written, verbal, and presentation skill. That is how you communicate with other departments or other team members. Second is collaboration, ability to collaborate with stakeholders, including management, auditors, and other teams. Right? You can't go and fight with the auditors, and you don't share the data on time, or you wait for the escalation. It is not going to help you, right? So you have to collaborate. Sometimes you have to collaborate with cross-functional team as well. For example, the auditor want some data on inventory movement, and those data is available with the plant. So you should have good relation with the plant people so that the data can be received on time, right? If you don't collaborate and you take more time to get those data, then obviously the audit will not get completed on time. So you should have the skill to collaborate, manage the conflicts as well. Third, time management, ability to manage time effectively, including prioritizing tasks, meeting deadlines, and managing multiple projects. Our team generally during the month close, they are under pressure because you have limited time to close the books of accounts. So you should prioritize things and work properly. That's the reason many company have the closing calendar, right? Day wise, you have activities mentioned, and you should ensure that these activities are getting closed on the perfect days, which is mentioned in the closing calendar. Next is problem solving. It should not be that you only talk about problem. You should know how to solve the problem as well. So as a person, you should give ideas. You should help team members. You should also talk with other team members to see that how best way you can solve any issues. Right. That is very much required. Next skill is data analysis and interpretation skill. So here the first thing is data analysis, ability to analyze financial data, including identifying trends, anomalies, and areas of improvement. Data interpretation, ability to interpret financial data, including explaining results, identifying root cause, and providing communication. Because sometimes the R2R member, they go to the top management and talk about the financial statement. So you should know how to do the analysis, because if you just read out the financial statement, people will not like it. So you come with some variance, you come with some specific cost drivers which has impacted the cost. So do little deep dive and see that what best data can be taken to the top management so that they understand in nutshell what's happening with the numbers, right? Then is data visualization, ability to present financial data in a clear and concise manner, including using charts, graphs. So this is more about your advanced method. If you are good in charts or good in presentation, develop that. See that how the data can be visualized, and lot of things can be presented in one slide, right? That is how your management will appreciate the effort. Next one is process improvement skill. Very important in the current competitive market. Every department has a task to automate processes, to look into the inefficiencies and take out the waste. So you should have that skill to identify waste and clean the processes. So the first one is process analysis, ability to analyze financial processes, including identifying inefficiencies, bottlenecks, and area for improvement. Second one is process design, right? Ability to design and implement process improvement, including developing procedures, workflows, and control. Always you should have an eye on the competition, that what they are doing, right? If something new they are doing, then you should always think that why such new things can't be implemented in your team, right? You should think from a strategic point of view instead of only focusing on the process what you have. Third, process monitoring, ability to monitor and evaluate process improvements, including tracking key performance indicators and identifying areas for further improvement. The last one is certification and education. Obviously, when you see the skill, technically you have to be very strong, and generally many companies prefer CAs or CPA to be part of the R2R team. But it's not that all the team member has to be CA. Okay, so I have seen personally that graduates, MComs, or CA interqualified are the qualification which are highly demanded in the market, and these are the minimum qualification required to be part of the R2R team. Coming to the last part, competencies. I think skill will take care of the competency. If you have that skill, definitely you are competent to be part of our team. This slide, I am going to talk more about the senior roles because they have more role in the R2R team. Those are seniors, and what competency they should have. Mostly, I'm talking about the leadership competencies. The first one is strategic thinking and planning, ability to develop and implement strategic plans, including financial planning and budgeting. You should have that knowledge about that, right? As a R2R lead. Leadership and management, ability to lead and manage teams, motivate team, provide clarity during tough situations. Third, change management and implementation. Very, very important for the outdoor team leads. Because tomorrow, if you have to automate, tomorrow you have to get a new process, you should be ready to change. Right? Sometimes it is that okay, we always love our current process, right? We don't want our current process to be removed. But the world is moving faster. The world is going towards AI, towards automation. So your thought process should change, and you should see what is the future of your department. So ability to manage and implement change, including process improvement and financial system implementation is very, very important. Coaching and development, ability to coach and develop team members, including financial skills, development, and leadership development. So that's it from my side about the R2R activities. If you have not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. If you like this video, please share with your friends. I will come up with few more videos on P2P and O2C so that if you are looking for a career in O2C or P2P, then definitely it will help you. If you like this video, please in the write some points which I have missed out in the comments if you feel that I should have added it here. Thank you.